Ugh, girl. What is up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here. Girl, 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 girl. I just saw a clip of Be Simone and duh, uh, uh, the baby. Ugh. When I tell you that girl is, when I tell you, it's like she has no self respect. That's what it is. She has no self respect. That's what it is. That's what it is. Like, girl, you don't have no self respect. You doing whatever to do whatever just to get a man, girl. I don't understand. I want B Simone to make enough money to rent to hire a man to love her the way she wants to be loved. Because, girl, the fact that you sitting in a bed with motherfucking the baby talking about, I love you. Ugh. And then just last week you was down to the damn church in some fucking Daisy Dukes and a blazer. Looking like that man, you know that man that be wearing the heels to work and he have his shirt on, his pressed white shirt on with his briefcase and his little skirt and his shorts and stuff. That's how you was looking, lady. And now you're down to the internet with a clip to a episode where you and the baby, a man who put his child's mother out on the street. I don't give a fuck if she thinks yellow bone is what he wants. She saw that he put the yellow bone out on the street and everybody saw it. And you laying in the bed with that, playing footsies with that nigga. Ugh. When I tell you B Simone is the worst, you don't have no respect for yourself.
Is that your foot? I love you.
I just, girl, stop.
I love you too.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Try This. You don't need no introduction.
Let's go.
When's the last time you've been in love?
When I met you, I'm like, I don't know how to take this girl.
You thought I was playing.
You what?
Do you think I am too alpha, too boss to have the alpha man? Like, could a guy like you really, really date a woman like me? Jonathan, I've never heard you say that.
You ain't never had?
I have. You're so scared of marriage.
No, I'm not. You is.
No, I'm not. Why do you think that?
I mean...
Last question, and then we gone. This is just fun, and you don't want a relationship, and I don't want that either. We're on the same page with that, so don't, like, you know, get weird. But,
Girl, shut the fuck up.
That's what it is. You don't have nothing to say to me. I don't understand. If you have paid any amount of money to be in B Simone's circle, to be in her proximity, to see what she's doing in life, girl, let me make sure this thing is on. Girl, if you have paid any money to, I would call my bank and say that, you know, you gave to something that was fraudulent. Yeah. And you didn't get anything in return. You didn't get anything in return. I can't believe that. I want y'all to see this. Jasmine, the Jasmine's garden, Jasmine got her ass together. But hold on. I want to find this. I want to find this first. Let me go to TikTok. It is.
I love you.
I love you too.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Try This. You don't need no introduction.
Let's go.
When's the last time you've been in love?
When I met you, I'm like, I don't know how to take this girl.
You thought I was playing.
You what?
Do you think I am too alpha, too boss to have the alpha man? Like, could a guy like you really, really date a woman like me? Jonathan, I've never heard you say that.
You ain't never had?
I have. I'm so scared of marriage.
No, I'm not. You is.
No, I'm not. Why do you think that?
I mean...
Last question, and then we gone. This is just fun, and you don't want a relationship, and I don't want that either. We're on the same page with that, so don't, like, you know, get weird. But is this your foot? I love you.
I love you too.
If I saw my daughter acting like this over a man like the baby, I would be mortified. I would want to pull my own trachea out to keep me from throwing up, because I would just be throwing up, just keep throwing up until the clip was over. I would have to pull my larynx, everything out, my whole throat anatomy, I will have to pull it out because I would be throwing up uncontrollably if I looked onto my black mirror and saw my daughter acting like this over this violent, abusive, homophobic, misogynistic, sexist, disrespectful man. I would be mortified. I feel sorry for your entire bloodline. I don't know how many Hail Marys you have to say, how many I what do you call it? Our fathers. I don't know how many you have to say to you're in the bed with this stupid ass smile on your face. And that man will, if he could, if you gave him any reason, and it doesn't even have to be a good reason, he will ball his little fist up. That little leprechaun will ball his little fist up and jump up and punch you in your face. This man deserves no woman to be in proximity to him. He is violent, he is abusive, and you've seen it. You've seen it. And this is why they tell you it doesn't matter if they see it. A woman like this, whose brain is backwards in her skull, because I knew it. I said that pick me to Christian, pick me pipeline is real strong, because what they do, they're pick me. So they run around looking for male validation, external male validation. Women don't matter. Nothing matters but a man's validation. And when they see I'm a pick me, I'll do everything for a man, I'll say whatever I need to say to get the man's attention, to get his approval, and I still don't get picked. Who will pick you? Jesus will pick you. Yes, Jesus, a male deity. So now you go to Jesus looking for that man who you haven't. Oh, it didn't work. The crystals didn't work. The crystals didn't work. Believe me, girl, I had the rose quartz. It didn't work for me. So now I'm trying to get prayed up. I'm in church with some booty shorts and a blazer, because they figure since these niggas can't treat them right, another nigga will treat them right, and that's Jesus. And then they go and then they find a man in the church who is looking for a woman to follow the rules of the Bible and be submissive and control and being able to be controlled, and he's the leader and all that. And here you are in the bed with a violent, abusive man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, but you're not, because you don't have any self-respect. No self-respecting woman would sit in a bed and play footsies with a man who has been violent to the mother of his child. What do you think? How do you think you are going to be different from the person who duplicated his DNA from that treatment? You think you're going to get better treatment? Do you?
So as you can see, nobody was put out. And me calling the police, that's like for my safety, because this what I'm dealing with. Like, this is a real deal, cuckoo for cocoa. Look. This is a real deal. Like, shawty really cuckoo, and she's still here. So nobody was put out.
The woman is crazy.
Nobody was put out. No, this ain't no. We ain't got to make this a sexist thing.
I forced him to be with me. Okay. Okay, Stephanie. Go ahead.
This ain't nothing new. This just me clearing the air, because she's not about to tell this.
From Orlando.
I can show you. I can show you. You begging me to stay here, shawty. This not.
Talking about you miss me, come back home, all this stuff. The fuck, I already left your ass.
You can see who cuckoo here and who not.
Because I'm talking.
But this is my thing. This is my thing. They did not make shawty leave, and somebody need to come make shawty leave.
Oh, no, I'm leaving.
Please.
But guess what, guys? I'm trying to go to the house to get my baby's
somebody
clothes.
Need to make shawty leave.
He's telling me I can't go to the house to get my baby's clothes because I only have 4 outfits for her. Because I want to leave. So stop showing me, bro. You wanted to get on live to talk shit and put everybody in our business, trying to act like we haven't been together.
We haven't been together.
Okay, Jonathan. We haven't been together.
You don't know what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, this is so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh my God, how you gonna go
live what you dealing with.
In the room right now?
You're dealing with a real nigga. Just not. Hey, listen.
Like as if I'm not gonna come out here and talk.
I'm gonna let y'all see what's going on. Like, this is my reality.
You're such a cap ass man.
This is my reality.
This is such a cap ass man. He wants to fuck me and fuck his baby mother and fuck all these Charlotte hoes and fuck all this shit, and me, I'll be okay with that, guys. And me come back and live here and stay in this fucking house with our child.
I don't want you to stay. I've been begging you to leave.
Yeah, I know you tried to kick me out
yesterday at 3 in the morning. This one of them real movies, man. Y'all look. look, tune in to see what we dealing with.
You really believe that? And the fact that you're even willing to take the risk is insane. That tells me that male, being male identified, being a pick me, being a mammy, being a male centered woman is literally, your brain is literally backwards in your skull. It has to be, because nobody will be like this with an abusive man. He will punch you in your face. And then you know what will happen? He'll get down to the internet and say you was a loudmouth, and everybody will be on his side. Nobody will be on your side. All the women, male-centered, male seeking external male validation, like just like you, they'll be on his side. That's why there's no hope for. Yeah, no self-respecting woman would do that. I don't even know. The camera cut off, child. I don't even know. So here you are. Look at you. That's a woman with no self-respect. Girl, what's her name is so stupid. Be Simone is ridiculous. She really is. Right. That part. Miami is good. I need to watch the next episode of Miami. Miami is good. I'm gonna review. I think I'm gonna I don't know. I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna review it since whatchamacallit is about to end. Atlanta is about to end. Let's listen to what Jasmine had to say, because I was like, girl, this girl is stupid. It's embarrassing. Listen to what Jasmine had to say.
Do you think I am too alpha, too boss to have the alpha man? Like, could a guy like you really, really date a woman like me? Last question, and then we go. This is just fun, and you don't want a relationship, and I don't want that either. We're on the same page with that, so don't get weird. But I saw this video on TikTok and on Instagram, and the comment sections are vastly different. TikTok girls are not going for it. Christians are not Christians. They don't want to see this. It's like when Keke Palmer interviewed Jonathan Majors, and right before the episode aired, we were like, we don't want to see this. Will not be engaging. Actually, very disappointed. And then the episode was scrapped. Be Simone, if you ever want to take a page out of anybody else's book, take one out of Keke Palmer's and get rid of this episode. But on Instagram, it's a different story. A third of the people are just asking for the invite code so they can watch the episode. A third of them are like the people on TikTok, and they're not going for it. But the other third is like, Be Simone, you're a marketing genius. And while I normally allow people to live in their delusions, I must shatter this belief because that was a terrible marketing strategy. Terrible. It's terrible. You're being berated online for a month and a half for wearing short shorts in a church environment. And your big marketing move is to bring a man into your bed, knowing that most guests either sit in a chair next to you or on a couch beside you. And I feel like if you have to engage in clickbait in order to build up your content, God is not showing you his favor. But I digress. And that man that you brought into your bed during the month of Pride is a man that made homophobic remarks and half-ass apologized for them. They don't care about the LGBTQ community. And if you are your team, fire yourself and hire somebody else. Is your foot? I love you.
I love you, girl. That is sick. Like, I'm convinced. Did anyone actually watch the show, or are we judging off the clips? She's charging people $9.99 in order to watch an episode because you have to subscribe to her app. It doesn't matter what the show is about because of who he is and who he has been to Black women. He's not only homophobic, but he's also a violent abuser. Nothing about the episode would make sense to her brand besides the fact that she's always been thirsty for him. Her whole claim to fame was, I need a boyfriend, and now she doesn't because he doesn't. The bar is low. I said she's never beating the backwards brain pick-me allegations. And I honestly don't think that straight women understand that if a man is homophobic, he doesn't like women. That's why it's weird when women are homophobic, because I'm like, what they hate is the feminine. They hate the feminine that's coming. They hate that these people are, that the femininity is coming up. That's why there's so many gay men who not down low when they're having like sex, but meaning like you don't know what their sexuality is because they're not so feminine. So at the root of that, homophobia is a hatred of the feminine. That's what the root of it is. So when a man is homophobic, and I mean, you might be homophobic too, but when a man is homophobic, you have to understand that he has a disdain for the feminine. And if, you run around here saying that you are a, this kind of woman and a natural born woman and a biological woman and a whatever, um, just know that hatred of homosexuality is also rooted in the hatred of the feminine. So you have to be mindful. Again, that's why I always say you got to be mindful of what you root for, because just understand that man, he's wildly homophobic, but he's also wildly misogynistic, and those two things kind of work together. They work together. They're like little cogs in a wheel, and they work together. I could never get into her for some reason. Plenty reasons. So whether she's on the spiritual side or the Bible side, she's not going to use wisdom or discernment. Right. Same woman who has been begging for a husband is now cool with just having fun with a man who clearly doesn't want a relationship. I got mad. She was even on my feed. Then I seen Jasmine floating head and I was like, okay, never mind. Because not in my algorithm. I built this brick by brick. Exactly. I think Be Simone is whatever Cashapp Michelle does. I understand the perspective on Be Simone for sure, but he has definitely apologized multiple times in depth. I don't know if you only saw the first big one on IG, but he definitely went into detail about his apology and mindset. Majority of Black people grow up with their aunts, uncles, brothers who have said stuff just like that, and that's exactly what he said. In the hood, no one would have felt or said anything about it, and that's the problem. Why is it okay? Why is it like, oh, that's just how the hood goes? Girl, I'm tired of y'all acting ignorant, because acting like there's not LGBTQ, there's not queer people in the hood. Like, I don't understand where they, because they hood. No, just say they're ignorant. They have a ignorant mindset. Because if you have grown up and you're living in this world and you still have these views that are like harmful to other people, it's like, girl, grow up. I don't know. I think it's weird. And I also think it's weird for you to act like, oh, he said sorry. Girl, I don't care. The behavior doesn't change. I don't give a fuck what they say. We just saw that boy on the TV say, I said sorry, yeah, because whatever, I wanted to move on. I wanted to move past it. So I said sorry, but I didn't mean it. What does that mean? It's giving negatively blessed and highly unfavored. It's giving pick me energy. Ugh, I hate I watched the whole thing, but I'm happy the video supports you. This just made me look at her. Just made her look really desperate. The question she asked, the setup. This wasn't a good look, especially after what he did to Danny Lay. I'm hoping it's a joke. Thank you, because he did Danny dirty for no reason. Have her have her the worst pregnancy experience ever. Not only that, remember Danny stopped her from being on the same episode of Wildin' Out as her because she was messing with the baby when she was messing with Danny. I think Danny being a guest would have been an interesting turn than this. This is either for shock value or a money grab. That word lead to a whole nother discussion. Danny seems to have completely changed her world around from what she has shown to be from a special standpoint, trying out the way she wants her life to be again. Just my opinion. Yeah, that would have been a whole different, but she's a pick me. Her goal is never the woman is always the last priority. It would have been a better interview if Danny Lay would have come on her show, but she's like a shallow creature anyway. You're looking for male validation. You're shallow. And that stupid ass grin. Ugh, she is so annoying. It's so annoying. Let's see what else is happening down to the blogs. B. Simone's best friend opens up about seeing B. Simone give checks to people while she was struggling on Medicaid, food stamps, and living with her parents. Everybody thinks because you're connected to a celeb, your life is grand. Oh, this is perfect. Just coming off of talking about B. Simone. I'm telling you, it's never about the woman. I just got finished saying that. It's never about the woman. A woman is going to be her last priority. Let's hear what she says.
Them through whatever they went through. That girl ain't a best friend with a celebrity. Everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got it, or they helping you. Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year. Jesus. And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed. Jesus. I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right. A best friend with a celebrity.
Let's read some of the comments. I don't have it in me to watch my best friend struggle. It would break me. Ain't no way my best friend wouldn't need for shit. It's not your friend's responsibility to help you or others even. However, friends do not let their friends drown. It's not her friend's responsibility, but I'll never forget who sat back and watched me drown. She's sitting over there yelling, Jesus, girl, why the fuck you didn't help your best friend? My dad paid for his best friend to go to rehab. All he said was, you're going to take me down with you trying to help you, and I have a family to care for. His best friend has been sober for 34 years. He stood tall at my father's funeral because friends, not everyone has them. For real. Be Simone saying Jesus like that would have set me off. Or maybe God was showing you that she ain't your friend. That part. Okay. I instantly got annoyed when I see Be Simone. Yeah, because she's just so like, I don't know what it is. It's very, I don't know what it is. And I'm sure people can say that people who are friends with her will probably have a different perspective, of course. But what comes across on the screen is just, it's just unlikable, loud screeching. I just hear that loud screeching. Remember when she used to be like, baby girl? Remember when she used to be saying stuff like that? And it used to be like loud and screeching, and her voice was real loud, and it was just very like, ugh. And then to hear the way like she centers and who she centers, and then how she went, like the way she, like Sherry Shepherd, like Sherry Shepherd, like desperate for a man all the time. Like, girl, why do y'all act like that? Shit is ugly. And it's like, what? There, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like part of it is a shtick. You know, everybody has a friend who's a little boy crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you don't have no self-respect. Just to be laying in the bed with a baby, I would be like, girl, if you was my friend, I would be looking at you crazy as hell. I'll be like, why are you in the bed with that dude? What would have been a better look, is you interviewing Danny Lay. But you don't have no self-respect. You don't have no self-respect. That is the reason why she could do the things that she does. All right, let's see what else is happening. I don't want to hear what Chloe has to say. Rashida and Kirk with a message for people hating on their relationship. You're miserable because you're at home by yourself.
So, no, I'm saying what now?
Oh, that reminded me. That reminded me. We could talk about that. Okay, so this video of Rashida and Kirk reminded me this morning. I was brushing my teeth and I was thinking about like if I walked into a store and I were to be able to choose a social status as it relates to being in a relationship, which of the social status was worth more to buy, right? Which one had the most value in the social status? And I'm gonna let you know what it says. But I said I would rather eat a bedazzled denim jacket than to be cheesing behind a man who had a baby on me, but had a paternity test for my baby. Girl, Rashida. Let's see what they say. Oh, I see them earrings though. Oh, yeah, face. Got something to say. Anyway, oh, I see them earrings though. Oh, yeah, they back. Tree. Oh, tree, y'all. Oh, tree, y'all. Coming to you live from the couple you love to hate, you know. A lot of people love to go. Like, we got like millions and millions and millions. Well, you got billions and billions of streams. I mean, my you know what I'm saying? Worldwide, 131 countries. So then it became fun to dance to the song and making fun of y'all. We was making fun of the fact that when you were playing the song looking stupid as hell and Kirk was sitting on the side of you like, that was the joke. And now he's happy with his 3 earrings. Now he's in the damn video happy. You didn't even like the song at first, hater. And the haters who helped us get talking about a hater. Here, you know, the hate definitely fused the fire. I just want to be like, man, listen, man, find time to enjoy your life. Because if you're sitting at home still, like I told your ass a while ago, you're miserable because you're at home by yourself. We're miserable. That's something to say. Anyway. They ain't fooling nobody. What would really be clutch is if they were honest about the setup of their relationship, but they're not. And so Rashida looks like a clown instead of being like, well, this is how our marriage is set up, and this is how it was set up. No, they'd rather pose like they have a traditional marriage and that her husband cheated on her, and she looks like a fool. I guess that's a better look. I guess I don't know. You know what I would equate to misery is like the not knowing whether or not when my husband is having sex with me, whether or not he put that same penis in somebody else, and how long ago did he do it, and did he do it without a condom? Like that in my head, that would be miserable. That would be misery for me, trying to figure out if this motherfucker has fucked somebody else while he's over here fucking me, while I'm eating after him, while I'm kissing him in the mouth. I don't know. I said let's look at the value of the social statuses and let's see what it is. Okay. So I'll tell you the question that I asked and then we can go because I told it because at first, okay, here it is. It's kind of long. Okay. Okay, so I first asked the question to put in monetary values in 2025 on being a wife to a man, being a husband to a woman, not being married, not being a married woman, not being married, not being a married man or single, or being a single woman with children, or being a single man. If I were to walk into a store and there was a monetary value on each of those statuses, how much would those statuses be worth? Says let's break it down as if you're walking into a store and each identity status has a price tag based on how much society tends to economically reward or penalize that identity today. And then I asked it to do it out of the context of a patriarchy, and you watch the numbers change. So watch. So these are not literal prices, but reflective of economic privilege, unpaid labor, access to resources, and societal expectation. Here's a hypothetical breakdown of what each status might cost or be valued at in 2025 in US dollars. To be a wife to a man, the price tag is negative $100,000 a year. Okay. It says provides unpaid domestic labor, emotional support, and often sacrifices career and advancement. Another check mark is still expected to maintain beauty, home, and children with minimal acknowledgement. Marriage may offer financial security if the husband earns well, but often limits her economic growth. Negative value because she gives more than she gains financially in most heterosexual marriages. Number two, a husband to a woman is a plus $50,000 a year. You gain social prestige, care, emotional labor, logistic support, and meals, health, and health reminders. More likely to live a longer life expectancy and increase earnings post marriage. Society still rewards men for being responsible husbands, even when doing less housework. Positive value because of the support received and benefits to health, career, and public image. A married woman, in general, the price tag is negative $60,000, some legal protections and social respectability, but the negatives are still expected to sacrifice for husband, family more than men. Often trapped in unpaid caregiving roles, better than being a wife to a man, but still a net negative due to persistent inequality in the institution. A married man, in general, a plus $40,000 price tag, more stable housing, better credit access, higher lifetime earnings, gains emotional, domestic, and logistical support. Marriage raises a man's market value in ways it doesn't for women. A single woman plus $10,000 a year, but a volatile market, I guess, retains control over income, time, and decision, emotional freedom from patriarchal dynamics. A negative may face some economic penalties, gender pay gap, housing discrimination. Also, another negative could be often targeted by cultural narratives implying she's incomplete or undesirable. You're economically freer, but still pays a gender tax for being a woman. A single man is negative $10,000 a year, more career freedom and mobility, but more likely to be isolated and suffer from health and emotional neglect. Misses out on unpaid cared labor wives and partners can give. Seems free on the outside, but loses many hidden and social emotional benefits from a partnership. So to break it down in value in US dollars per year, being a wife to a man is a negative $100,000 value. Being a husband to a woman is a plus $50,000 value. Being a married woman is a negative $60,000 value. Being a married man is a plus $40,000 value. Being a single woman is a plus $10,000 value. And being a single man is a negative $10,000 value. The prices reflect social and economic asymmetries embedded in the relationship roles in 2025 and how much people pay or profit based on who they are and who they love. And then I said, now based on statistics and the rate of happiness of each of these groups meet, I read studies that show single women are happier and so are married men. So why isn't the value for single women higher? Why is there so much value on being a married woman? Because you're basically a maid, a mule, and a mattress. But why aren't they the happiest people in society? Why aren't the happiest people in society worth more? And then it says, if happiness is the goal, why is an unhappy status like marriage for women still more socially valued, while happy statuses like single women are devalued? Let's break it down. Happiness is not equal to market value. We live in a society where value is often measured on labor, productivity, and how much you support and serve others, not how happy or self-fulfilled you are. A married woman, even if she is unhappy, is seen as doing her duty, raising kids, supporting a man, doing invisible labor. A single woman, even if she is thriving, is seen as not fulfilling her role in a traditional system. The system doesn't reward joy, it rewards utility, especially to men, capitalism, and a family unit. Single women are happy but undervalued. Studies show single child-free women are the happiest demographic in the Western countries, yet they are often culturally portrayed as leftover, unchosen, lonely cat ladies, or selfish. This isn't accidental. It's an yeah. Hold on, I don't remember where I left off. So let's strip away the false rewards of marriage and social compliance. Let's build a new value system, one rooted in happiness, autonomy, mental and emotional well-being, authentic connection, freedom from gendered exploitation. So imagine a store where you walk in and these statuses are priced not by capitalism or by male benefit, but by lifespan, health outcomes, reported happiness, mental clarity and freedom, access to authentic selfhood, fulfillment in life on your terms. A single woman with no kids, the true value based on happiness and freedom is $500,000 a year. Highest, happiest freedom, self-determination. She owes no one her body, labor, or time. A single mother not married, the true value is $250,000 a year. Tired but empowered, often happier than married mothers due to autonomy but under supported. A married woman to a man is the true value, it says, negative $200,000 a year. Most overwork, least happy, lives longest in service of others, not herself. A single man, his value is $50,000 a year. Free, but often isolated. Emotional illiteracy makes true happiness difficult. A married man's value is $200,000 a year. It's just $50,000 less than a single mother, not married, and and 200 and 300,000 more than a single woman, no children. Gains emotional, logistical, and physical care. His happiness is off of the labor of the wife. A child-free married woman to a man, negative $100,000 a year. May have some autonomy, but still emotionally and logistically burdened. Often regrets the deal. So it says, now let's walk into the store. We're going to assign value based on empirical happiness, well-being, emotional autonomy, personal freedom and choice, mental and physical health outcomes, quality of connection and community. These are not moral judgments. These are revaluations based on active lived experience, quality of life data, and deprogramming from the systems that profit off of our disempowerment. The true value store with 2025 pricing. Being a married woman to a man, it will cost you $350,000 a year. The net value is negative $200,000 a year. You are doing emotional support, autonomy loss, unpaid domestic work, and then you're paying a lot to serve everyone but yourself. Number two, being a married man to a woman costs $20,000 a year with minor compromises. The net value is $250,000 a year. You gain years to your life, stability, unpaid emotional and domestic labor, increased career earnings, rarely expected to reciprocate the depth of sacrifice. You pay little but get everything. A single woman, child free, cost zero a year. Net value over plus $500,000 a year. Highest autonomy, freedom, and peace of mind. Highest reported levels of self fulfillment. Social stigma is real but doesn't outweigh the gain in personal power. You are not alone. You're rich in peace. Come on. A single woman with children costs about $75,000 a year in labor and time, but the net value is $150,000 a year. Often happier than married moms due to freedom from controlling partners, lower income, but higher personal authority over home life. Still bears societal burden of being unpartner, but more emotionally in control. You work hard, but what you build is yours. An unmarried man with children, $40,000 a year, if present, it says that. Net value, $50,000 a year. If he's an engaged father, he earns emotional growth. If not, society often lets him off the hook entirely. May struggle more emotionally due to lack of support network. You earn value by showing up, not just reproducing. A single man, child free, will cost $10,000 a year in loneliness and social detachment. And you see the single woman, there's no cost in a year. His net value is $50,000, where a single woman is $500,000, right? So don't let the smooth taste fool you, okay? Economically free, emotionally underdeveloped, often disconnected from vulnerability, community, and deep relationships. You might have time and freedom, but is anyone there when it counts? Women in a same gender relationship cost about $10,000 a year for external discrimination and lack of societal recognition, but the net value is plus $400,000 a year. Typically report higher emotional equality, better communication, and a deeper friendship. Shared understanding reduces invisible labor, still undersupported by law and social structure. A man in a same gender relationship will cost about $15,000 a year due to societal stress and identity pressure. The net value is plus $200,000 a year. If emotionally open, benefits are rich in shared respect and support, may still carry traditional gender expectations into dynamics, but less than a hetero pairing. A married woman to another woman will cost about $20,000 a year, navigating laws and family resistance, but the net value is plus $300,000 a year. Higher mutual care and respect, shared gender experience means labor is often divided more fairly, more emotional and psychological wellness and is reported. A man married to another man costs about $20,000 a year, but your net value is $200,000 a year. So the summary table says being in terms of net value, the who has the highest net value? Single child-free women, 500,000. The lowest net value, which is negative 200,000, is our married woman to a man. After the single woman child free comes woman in a same gender relationship. That's a net value of 400,000. A woman married to a woman, 300,000. A single mom, 150,000. A single man, 50,000. An unmarried man with children, 50,000. A man in a same gendered relationship, 200,000. A married man to a woman, plus 250,000, and a married woman to a man, negative 200,000. The most valuable status isn't the one tied to a man, it's a one tied to freedom, fulfillment, and emotional reciprocity. If women are waking up to this truth, it's not a rebellion, it's a reclamation. So, what do y'all think about that? I thought that was very interesting. Raising children without emotional burden of a patriarchal partner can be hard, but it's not so crushing. Men benefit most from marriage because they extract labor and are not trained to reciprocate emotional or domestic support. When we learn to remove the patriarchal lens, happiness is not hetero alignment in the current is happiness, not hetero alignment, is the currency of a full life. Being married to a man has a lower negative ROI for most women, psychologically, emotionally, and economically. Society has historically forced women into marriage, not for their gain, but for survival of men, children, and the system. The most fulfilled people are the least entangled in gender duty. Single women, especially child free, live longer, report higher life satisfaction, and experience greater mental clarity. Women with children but without a husband report less stress than married mothers, even with more financial strain. Patriarchy defines value as how much a woman gives, not how much she thrives. So yeah, I thought this was interesting. So yeah, y'all let me know what you think about this. True value based on well-being are single woman, married man, single man, married woman, underpaid, overworked, and that's the consensus. Why aren't you valuing happiness? Because you have to be of service to the patriarchy, and that's what it is, and you don't. Anyways, I gotta go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. I know these videos are all over the place today, but girl, I'll do what I can, give you what I got. All right, peace.